Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with dawn on Monday on a GTA 5, having to try and get away from, well, the FailRace Police Department. They are in full effect today through these narrow roads. They managed to ping off of a civilian car, launch their cruiser upside down towards the player trying to escape. It's not an easy place to get away from the police. Very narrow, very dangerous. Nixon on Watch Dogs 2 is also having the FailRace Police Department causing issues. This time, though, with a fair bit more, well, effect. The police car coming out of the junction, managing to sideswipe the player's car for a roll. It's not quite enough to drown, and that's so close to being drowned in the ocean over there. So, yeah, gets quite lucky indeed in all of that. On to Horizon 3 next with, well, first of all, a cheeky assist. A bump on the back of the Land Rover puts it on top of a Jeep. Now, we've seen little bits of carryings going on in Horizon 3 for a while now. It's quite an effective way to get an overtake done. However, this time it's almost insta-karma. A little further along in exactly the same race, the Cadillac, having got to the lead, gets things a little bit wrong, coming over a jump, twists, and the BMW is going to pick it up and turn it and spin it around and deposit it back down the field. And all the cars that were overtaking in the last incident are now back past the Cadillac. Lord Fluffy on Just Cause 3 is starting a race. Little did he know it was a race to see how quickly he could do 4 rolls. That's 2 off of the first rock, and then another 2 off of the second rock, and that's within 9 seconds. 4 rolls have been completed. That's some impressive FailRace numbers. That's some impressive FailRace numbers indeed. Timmy on PUBG trying desperately to get into the safe zone, and the buggy has other ideas. Little did you know that, well, buggies versus floor, and floor wins. Floor wins. That's a very angry piece of floor as well. Very angry indeed. Up next, onto a Project Cars 2 with a Fustercluck racing around Monza in an Evo 6. The AI driving the green Evo goes for the overtake down into the chicane, however, bounces himself across the curb. That's a really peculiar rear-end hop from the Evo, but the player gets back past. Staying on Project Cars 2 and at Monza, Seawheel with an LMP car in some rather difficult conditions, to say the least, down here. Not the best of conditions, as the yellow car would find out, running wide on the exit of that first corner. Goes for a spin. Somebody else is recovering a car from a spin as well in all of that. So, player's car moved up some positions, only to be immediately, well, disintegrated through the next corner. I think we clipped the curb with the front of the car, and that was enough to send it spiralling through the air, madly out of control. The TW Rider on Project Cars 2 racing around Catalonia with some GT cars. This time around, things up ahead go badly wrong for a Ginetta. I think manages to lose control of the car with a wheel on the grass, and it's spat across the track. And, well, now a Ferrari has a hat. It's not the most useful of hats, I'm going to be honest, but oh, and then we've got to steal the bonnet, of course. Just for good measure, the bonnet, that can come with us as well. But actually stays attached for a little while before it eventually spirals clear. Yeah, that's just wrong place, wrong time. It's a tough one, but it can happen. Fran stuff on F1 2016. Now, this is all AI on AI mayhem going on down here. I think the Sauber pushed the Renault into, well, the pit exit essentially, and just everything goes very badly wrong for all of the cars involved. So, yeah, there are 3 or 4 cars actually leaving the pit lane. The Sauber initially pushes the Renault into, I think it's a Red Bull, that somehow teleports across the track, because, again, it doesn't quite know what to do with the cars crashing in the pit lane. Manor doesn't quite have time to get out of the way of the wildly spinning Renault. A Haas car amazingly gets through all of that as the Manor comes back across the track just about in time. I guess the AIs are not allowed to go out of their lane, essentially, the pit exit, so they're just kind of driving straight into stuff. Basically, they're causing trouble. Rhino GT4 on a WRC2 Extreme with a big roll, followed by many spins. Trying to beat the Renault from that last clip with the many spins for the Skoda. That's a very big off, and that is a very much car not going to be moving from that. Thankfully, can be reset, and then it is all good. The diesel guy on Farming Simulator 17 has gone to pick up a trailer with his pickup truck. However, well, physics are a bit funky. Physics are a little bit funky on this one. The pickup now likes to do a lot of wheelies, and even stranger is it can actually still steer while the front is bouncing around. It's not. yeah, that's not quite how vehicles and steering works. Either way, I mean, it's impressive. It's an impressive stunt. It is an impressive stunt. And finally, Dilly on Farming Simulator as well, heading to the shop. Might carry just a fraction too much speed towards this shop. Hits the curb on the inside. Truck goes for a very violent roll and then is stuck through the floor. Yeah, that's not quite what you wanted to have happen. Might little bit slower into the car park would probably have been a good idea. That's yep, that's a rather stuck truck there. That, though, is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the very top of the page is the FailRace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.